Support provided by the Chesapeake and Newport News with chef-centric farm-to-table dining. thechesapeake.org. Hi friends, Jay Sennett. Welcome to another edition of Cooking with Jay here in the Jazz Kitchen. Hope all of you are doing well. Today I was thinking about what can I make today. Today's kind of a nice, cool, overcast day outside, so I said it's a soup day. It's a soup day. And we're going to make some soup with an Asian flair today. I'm going to make some ramen noodles, right? Classic ramen noodles. When I was in college decades ago, ramen noodles was the thing. It was breakfast, lunch, and dinner, some ramen noodles. But you can do so many different variations with ramen noodles. You know, can't go wrong with ramen noodles. But I'm going to make some black garlic seasoned chicken with these noodles. And I sliced it up, not quite julienne style for the meat, but fairly thin slice. So let's go over here to the stove and see how I put this together. Turn it up. I'm using my wok here, and I have some sesame oil in my wok. I'm going to just test this. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have heat. Okay, so I have that chicken sliced up and cooking in the sesame oil. I'm using my wok, and you want the wok pretty hot, high heat. Okay. I'll show you how simple this is to put together. I'm going to add a little bit more of this oil. Oops. I realize I didn't have enough oil in here. I do now. All right. And because I cut this chicken up, I used some chicken breast, boneless chicken breast, and I cut it up in pieces, sliced, and as a result, it shouldn't take that long to cook. In here, I'm going to make it with broth instead of water. Okay, you can make it with water, but I'm going to make it with broth. Can I get this open? Yes. We have some interesting things going into this soup. We're going to use some shredded ginger. We have some carrots, some bean sprouts, some green onions, a little broccolini. Add some togarashi, some Japanese togarashi, which is basically it's a seasoning made with red peppers, Japanese peppers, a little dried orange peel, and there's some interesting layers of flavor in that togarashi. Now you say, togarashi, where can you get that? Well, I order mine. Probably won't find it in the area grocery stores. Again, high heat on your wok, okay? Where's the togarashi? Where is it? It's right here. See? Togarashi. And you taste it, it has like there's a good kick to it, a little bit of a kick. So you don't want to put too much in it, but if you like spicy food, you want some interesting layers of heat in your food, let's put it in. It's a soup day, ladies and gentlemen. This chicken is cooking up beautifully. Beautifully. All right, just a few more minutes, a couple more minutes on this. when you have this wok on a high heat, the heat in a wok is like so concentrated, right? And you cook on high, have your flame on high, it can cook the food fairly quickly. And let's see, you get a fork out of here. La la la. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful. The chicken is cooking beautifully. Okay. It's almost done. It's almost ready. For the next step, and I'm cooking it again in sesame oil. Yeah. Okay. Now the next thing I'm going to do is take a couple of, well, actually 2 cups of chicken broth. Actually 4 cups of chicken broth. We'll find my chicken broth. Okay. And add a little bit of water to this one, not quite. 2 cups. So we have 4 cups of chicken broth. All right. And the reason you want to get this boiling, it shouldn't take too long to start boiling. This wok is very hot. Okay. I'm using low sodium chicken broth. Okay. Now I'm going to add some shredded ginger, just a little bit of shredded ginger. Okay. I buy it shredded, you know. I'm going to add, once this gets boiling, get it up high. Yeah. Now I'm going to add some salt. Where's the salt? Right there. Some salt. Well, if you're going to add salt, you say, why don't you use regular chicken broth? It has all that salt in it. Well, I can control more of the salt that I put in here this way. Okay? It's not a lot of salt coming in there. And even though I'm using the black garlic pepper on the chicken, I'm still adding black pepper. Now, I have the ginger, shredded ginger in there, and it smells. Oh. You put these vegetables in there, because ramen noodles you can do, like I said early on, so many different things with these noodles in terms of flavor profiles. You can use pork, you can use seafood like shrimp or scallops. But today I am using chicken. Okay? I got some chicken breast, diced up some chicken breast. And the way you cook the noodles, you get the broth boiling, then you turn the fire off, then you add the noodles. And then they, will cook. And it just takes them just a couple of minutes to cook and get ready. The broth, as you can hear, probably it's boiling. So what I'm going to do is, you see that boiling there? So it's definitely hot. So I'm going to turn that off. Now I'm going to add the noodles. Remember, it's 1 pack for 2 cups of broth. Okay? 1 pack, making a mess. 2 cups of broth. Make sure you submerge it. Get it down. Okay? Yep. I'm going to turn this on low heat to expedite this process. And what I'm also going to do, I'm going to add some more vegetables. I'm going to add some carrots. All right. I'm going to add some scallions, some diced up scallions, and some Brussels sprouts. Okay. And I'm going to get some broccolini in there. Yeah. Okay. And we're going to add some of this togarashi. Now remember, the togarashi is spicy because it's basically red pepper and Japanese pepper with a little bit of dried ginger, some orange peel, and that sort of thing. Okay, we put the ginger in there, and yeah, see the noodles now are just starting to break up. It's starting to break up. Ramen noodles. See how they're breaking up now? And get one over here. Yeah. So it's going to take just a few more minutes to go. And yeah. Okay. Now, one more thing I want to add in here. That's a beautiful dish too. Even with the togarashi, I'm going to add some sriracha, just a little bit. Okay? Yeah, give it that little extra heat layer. Not too much heat though. But you got it. You got enough heat on it. Spread these noodles out. So, when you serve it, look at it. This looks beautiful, actually. It's just beautiful. Beautiful. And you can see how the noodles now, it just takes them just a couple of minutes, a few minutes. Once you get your broth boiling, you put in, I just turned it up, I turned the fire back on just a little bit, just to help cook some of this broccoli. Okay, soften up some of the broccoli. I can leave it in the hot broth for a while, but it'll get there. Yeah. Okay. So that's what's happening on this edition of Cooking with Jae, right? A little Asian flair tonight. Ramen noodle soup made with some. I seasoned the chicken breast with some black garlic pepper, some salt, and I let that sit for a while. Sliced up the chicken, thin slices, thin strips, right? And seasoned it and let it mix well and let it sit for a while. Then get the broth. I use 4 cups of broth for 2 packets of the ramen noodles. And I sliced up some broccolini, some shredded carrots, some shredded ginger, some scallions, some bean sprouts, right? And some salt and pepper, a little bit of the togarashi, and a touch of sriracha, hot sauce, right? So you have a little bit of a kick. All right, this is boiling. I'm going to turn it off. Get one more look at that. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. So I'm Jay Sennett, Cooking with Jay. Come back around here. We'll go over here. Cooking with Jay airs Sunday evenings starting at 6 p.m. on the WHO Public Media Facebook page, Sunday nights. And thank you all for watching. I want to thank the Chesapeake for their support. Thank you very, very much. Don't forget Sennett in Session, my jazz show, jazz radio show on WHRV FM 89.5, Monday through Thursday nights, Saturday mornings from 1 until 5. Monday through Thursday nights from 9 until 1, Sunday afternoons from 1 until 5. And I also host the R&B Chronicles from 7 until 8. Cooking, though, is also one of my deep passions, deep passions. I want to thank all of you for watching the show and your responses. If you have any questions, comments about the show, send me an email to jae.sennett, jae.sinnett @whrv.org. Would always love to hear from you. Let me know what you think of the show. If you have any questions, be more than happy to respond. So until the next edition of Cooking with yours truly, from the Jazz Kitchen, we'll say be safe, and we'll see you again soon. Take care.
Support provided by the Chesapeake in Newport News, catering to the palate of every single resident. More at thechesapeake.org.